And then it's closed at the 15. Jeff Cohen coming downfield to make the tackle for him. And Michigan sends out this defensive unit: Caraway, Sensich, Meredith. Linebackers are Thompson, Rose, Gergash, and Boren, with Gergash and Boren inside. The secondary, and it will be tested today, Body, Burgeye, Bostic, and Cooper. And Jerry Burgeye is the man that made the turnaround defensive play for Michigan last year. So Tony Eason, who holds already 9 Big Ten records, will come up for his first snap. He is averaging better than 302 yards per game during his career here at Illinois. And obviously the first play is the pass. It's into the short. The pass is caught by Martin, and Martin goes from the 15 out to about the 24.
It's beautiful to watch the Mike White offense strategy where he throws the ball very quickly against the rush. Here's the Illini rushing, passing averages. You can see they're very one-sided, 76% passing.
It is second down and about a yard with White Beverly in the backfield now. They'll go to the ground with it, and the play is flipped to the first down as they cut it back against the grain a little bit. Beverly is a 6-footer, a junior from Long Beach, California, and it's Illinois first down. The ball is marked out around the 29.
Tony Eason is 6'4", has good vision to see for those short passes, has a strong arm and good escapability if he gets a big rush.
Mike Martin now comes way wide to the right side of the field, or the bottom of the picture. From where you see it, you don't see him there. He's out of the picture. They go to the ground with it, give it to Beverly. Beverly for a yard to the 30. He almost popped out of there. One man got a hold on him. Looked like Boren was the man who reached up and grabbed his coattail as he went by. Beverly comes out of the lineup now. In fact, you've got double changes in the backfield as Joe Curtis returns, and Richard Riles comes in now at the fullback spot. Riles being another Californian from San Jose. It is second down and 9 for Illinois. The ball is on their own 30, just getting the game underway, and doing it before noon. Eason on a roll right. A lot of green in front of him. 35, 40, 42. First down for the Illini. Eason rolled out, and there wasn't a white shirt between him and downtown.
Thompson, number 99, is going to take the fake. The backs are going to the right of your screen, and Thompson ducks inside, and he gets blocked by Martin, number 4, and Eason goes outside on a bootleg for a nice gain.
Picks up 12 yards to the 42. First down for Illinois. Michigan sets up now with 3 down linemen, a 5-man front, actually. Eason back to pass, gets it off. The pass is caught. The ball is loose. Michigan's covered it. They're going to call him down at the 49.
Keith, the other umpire's calling it incomplete. He had the best view of the ball being dropped by Martin, number 4.
Gergash comes over and makes the hit on him. They rule he did not have possession.
You can see how much time Eason has throwing the ball inside. Very little rush. Martin, the leading receiver in the nation, number 4, drops it.
I thought he had the ball. Whatever. Ball comes back to the 42, where it is second down and 10. They go to the ground with it, and they pop the man up the middle, Curtis, and Curtis goes to the Michigan, close to the 47. I think he's got a first down for the Illini.
Keith, we're seeing exactly what we saw last week, a passing team trying to establish the run. Thompson, number 99, is a big playmaker. He's a pre-med student at the University of Michigan, has 10 sacks this year, finally sees the play and rolls back inside and makes the saving tackle for just a 10-yard gain.
Ball is just over the 48. It is a first down for the Illini. They're playing on Michigan's side of the field now as Eason on first down goes to the air, again goes short, and the pass again is complete. The gain is down to the 40, where Tim Brewster, the tight end, now gets into the flow. And Tony Eason's been averaging something like 9 different receivers per game, so he has no particular target that he looks for.
And go further with that point, Eason is averaging 26 completions throughout the season.
It is a ball control passing offense that Mike White has installed here. And remember that he was the offensive line coach under Bill Walsh out of San Francisco. It is second down. They need about 2.5. They'll try for it on the ground as Beverly gets it to the 35, and another Illinois first down before Sensich, the nose guard, brings him down.
Keith, as we look at Mike White, who has turned this Illinois program around, a very persuasive, convincing young man. knows offensive football, particularly the passing game.
The ball is just short of the 35 in the Michigan end of the field. And Illinois now goes double wide to the top of the screen on first down. The pitch out to the lone remaining back, and he's got a lot of daylight. And that is Beverly, and Beverly's inside the 20, down to the 17. Another first down as Tony Gant shoves him out of bounds.
Beautiful blocking by the tight end, Brewster, and also by the fullback, who's lined up as a wingback, Murphy. Watch the blocking on the left of your screen. You see the block by the tight end, the pulling guard makes the block on the linebacker, and Gergas mixes the tackle. Beverly goes right down for the big game.
He's now totaled 39 yards in the ball game, and Illinois is marching it right down the field, mixing their plays very well. As Frank said, it's almost a replay of what we saw last week. Now the Illini, after shifting around, finally settle in one spot. Now Easton looking for some help, can't find any. He tries to get around the corner, and he gets to about the 19 before Robert Thompson, the outside linebacker, makes the tackle.
Once again, we are seeing what we've witnessed all year, the defense picking up as a passing team gets close to the goal line. The reason being that the end zone line gives the defensive back some leverage and being able to pick up the receiver much more tightly.
He lost 2 on the play. That's the 11th sack of the season.
Keith also is somewhat of a busted play.
Yep.
The Illinois receivers were not lined up as they had been called in the huddle, and it was just a busted pattern.
They had 4 people over there in a box, sitting in a little square.
Double wing again, Keith. Their primary formation.
With a lone remaining back, and Easton to throw it. Buys a little time by the rollout, goes to the sidelines, and it's incomplete. The pass almost picked off by Marion Body. So your real estate gets very precious down here, and you also are cramped into a much tighter area once you get down inside the 20-yard line. And as Frank noted, that's one of the reasons that the passing game has so much trouble.
And you can look at the field goal attempts by Illinois, which is a passing team. They've had 22 field goal attempts as to 11 by Michigan, a running football team.
So the ball sits just short of the 19-yard line, where it is third down and about 12. They're going into the wind, and it's a strong wind. They go to Beverly. Beverly gets a seal block, gets around the corner, gets close to the 10. He's going to be a little short of his first down, maybe by a yard, as they'll mark him down at the 9. So Mike White has a decision to make, and he isn't going to fiddle with it at all. The barefoot kicker, Mike Bass, comes on the field. And Bass has had a very good year. In fact, Michael has had a very successful career since he took off the shoe and started kicking barefoot. He was having trouble contacting the kicking tee with the cleats. And so he took off the shoe and tried it, liked what he found, and lo and behold, here he is. And he'll go from 26 yards now for this field goal try. And from this distance, he's 4 out of 5 this year. He is 5 out of 6 this year. The University of Illinois takes the kickoff, and they move it down the field and get on the board with a 26-yard field goal. The lead Michigan Florida brings him down.
Once again, we see option running, meaning that Ricks, the tailback, number 46, can run anywhere he wants to, and Humphreys, number 76, locks on to the defensive tackle, opens up the hole. Ricks breaks in the secondary, shows some speed, goes down. Nice game before having number 9 makes the tackle.
Swope comes out of the ball game hanging an arm. Mark Jones replaces him at free safety for the Illini. First down, Michigan, Illinois 41. Michigan going with the win in the first quarter. Give it to Ricks. Ricks is caught behind the line of scrimmage, but muscles his way for about 3 yards to the 38. 2 men had him, but they couldn't hang on. Nick Epps and Terry Cole, the defensive ends, each had a hold of him. But Larry Ricks is a strong fellow.
Here's the Michigan defensive. They've allowed 85 yards rushing, where Illinois has allowed 135 yards. You can see both are about even. In fact, Michigan is 97th, dead last in pass defense in Division I statistics.
Second down and 7. Smith on the option. Caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 40 for a 2-yard loss, and Terry Cole A 250-pound junior from Peoria makes the stop on him.
Penetration against the option play makes it a bad play. And Epps, number 78, got penetration, and Smith, the quarterback, had nowhere to go but come back, and he was tackled for a loss.
Now Epps and Cole come out of there as they put in Nickelback. A little more quickness defensively on 3rd down and 9 from the Illinois 40. Smith straight back, throws over the middle. Carter's got it. Carter's loose. He's got the sidelines. He's going in. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Michigan.
Vince Bean, as much as anybody, made the play work because Bean, the split end, came back and nailed with a fine block an Illini defender, and once Anthony Carter got the sidelines, there isn't anybody in the stadium going to catch him.
Keith, you're exactly right. Carter's going to catch the ball over the middle and behind the linebackers. Bean is on the other side of the field as the wide receiver. He sees the pattern develop, comes across, and makes a legal block, freeing Carter to go all the way in for the touchdown.
Ali Haji Sheikh for the extra point try, and it's up and good. With 6 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first quarter, Illinois takes it 76 yards for a field goal. Michigan comes right back and marches 75 yards for this scoring strike, the first pass of the ball game. Why, Steve Smith, I guess that's called productivity, Frank.
Yes, and it's right on target. Over the linebacker's head, all Carter had to do was pick up the block and go and score.
Michigan 7 in on the pass play. Haji Sheikh's kickoff goes deep into the end zone. Beverly will not return it, and it will be Illinois at the 20. Let's go back to the touchdown play and watch this block by Vince Bean that opened the door for Anthony Carter's touchdown.
Number 25, the wide receivers aren't just there to catch the ball. They have to be able to block. This is the little things that coaches work on that make the difference in winning football games. Great block on Jones, and he actually screened off a couple of other would-be tacklers, letting Carter go in for the touchdown. Great touchdown, great play by Bean.
So the Illini will come out now, having scored in their first possession. Tony Eason will set them up. You've got Richard Wiles at fullback, the lone remaining man, and Joe Curtis steps out on the wing as they operate out of the double wing. And here's Eason again setting up the pass. The pass is away. A low catch. And are they going to call it catch? No.
Yes, they called it this. Yes.
Number 20 is out there, Kirby Wilson, and he came scooting in. One man seemed to wave it off, but they will mark it out on the 32.
Once again, it's the bootleg that Easton made the long run on. This time he's going to hit the dragging wide receiver across the middle. The ball is low, very low. Wilson comes in and cradles it, and we're screened off as to whether he held it.
32-yard line, pick up of 12, first down Illini, and here's another running play. As Jerry Burguy comes up out of the secondary to hit Richard Riles. Looking back over the history of Burguy, who is 5'10", 189-pound senior out of Ottawa, Ohio, he has had some of his biggest games against Illinois.
He's an excellent football player. He's a good tackler as well as an outstanding pass defender.
The game from the 32 out to the 39 for 7, second down and 3. 7-3, Michigan leading first quarter. And they stay with the ground game as Joe Curtis, the senior out of Chicago, hits it up to about the short of the 42. I guess they mark it near the 42. It'll be close. Well, coming up next Saturday, we have something special for you as the Nittany Lions of Penn State, now on a drive they feel that could take them to a national championship. They go into South Bend against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. We'll also have some other regional games for you. Check your local listing. Penn State, Notre Dame, live at 3:30 Eastern Time here on ABC. It's close enough for the change to come in, so they will bring in the change. We have 5 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's a first down. That's just enough.
One thing that Illinois has done all year is mix up their calls on first down. 51% of the plays are running plays, 49% passing. That keeps the defense off balance.
Ball is just over the 42.
Once again, Chief, they're in double wing, one remaining back.
And a 6-man front right now. for Michigan. As the corner has come up, have a look. Over the middle it goes. It is intercepted. Picked off by Evan Cooper. He threw the ball right to him. It looked like his receiver might have gone the wrong way because Eason had something on the ball. And I think the receiver turned the wrong way.
Watch the rush up the middle. This is what causes the interception. Since number 53 makes him throw the ball high. The rush was right up the middle. He overthrows and hits Cooper, number 21, which happens to be Cooper's 4th interception of the year.
And it is the 12th interception of Eason by the opposition this season. And here's Michigan now operating at the Illinois 38. Wolverines with an opportunity. And Smith goes to the tailback. Ricks from the 38 to about the 34.
Illinois changed their strategy after the turnover, wanting to make something happen. Went into a blitz call. Linebackers coming, playing man for man in the secondary. I think that's good strategy. They need to make something happen. They cannot play conservative here on defense.
Ricks now with 41 yards on 5 carries in the ball game for the Wolverines. 2nd down and 6. Smith down the line, outside to Ricks. Ricks out there one-on-one, and number 23 hustles him on out of bounds. Number 23 being Perry Smith. That's the Michigan man. Number 23 being Vince Osby.
Here's the option play again. Osby, number 23, wrestles and pins Ricks to the boundary and then pushes him on outside. And
you got some discussion on the sidelines, and there's a flag thrown over there. Now, I think they might be arguing that he was unnecessarily rough. I think Bo Schembechler has just been flagged because Bo was arguing that Illinois should have been flagged for running their man into the bench.
I think you're right, Keith. Looks like Michigan's going to get a 15-yard penalty. Yes, it's dead ball penalty.
That'll be on the bench.
Yes. Boy, that hurts Michigan right there.
In particular on Bo.
And I guess Bo got a little upset, more upset than usual because he's got a lot of tailbacks injured right now. Rogers, the backup tailback, is hurt.
All right, here's the call by the referee, Otto Cork.
Dead ball, non-contact, Michigan.
That means a bench foul. Let's watch the play again. Osby, number 23, pins Ricks to the boundary. Now the play is over. Let's see what happens. He's still pushing him. He's still knocking him down. And he shoved him down, really. And Ricks could have been injured on the play.
Michigan backed up to its 48, goes to the air. Anthony Carter cannot quite get it. And Carter had at least a full stride on the Illinois defender. Mark Jones, he was behind him. But Smith just missed him as he threw with the wind.
Good point. I was going to say, Keith, the ball climbed as it was coming with the wind. Here's some of the records that Anthony Carter has set at the University of Michigan. He continues to break all types of records. Just a sensational football player.
Don Bracken is now in to punt. He's standing back at the Michigan 38, and he will hit it up around the 41-42. Mike Martin, the returner for Illinois. Let's see what happens with the wind if the out kick is covered. He's going to try to get it up. He spins it down there, and there is good coverage. Martin is pinned right at the 12. So there were 5 white shirts down there in a hurry. A very effective 38-yard punt by Don Bracken. 4:21 to go. So it'll be 3rd down and goal to go.
Play-action passes are tough on a goal line defense. Tight end, blocked momentarily, Dunaway. Watch him go up in the air. He has to come 1 foot in bounds to make it a legal reception. But he lands with both feet out of bounds. Officials are right there, and it's an incomplete pass.
Tom Garrity comes in at a tackle spot for Michigan. So we get the deep in there. Tom 6'4", 250, a senior. 3rd and goal. Tailback Rick. To the corner. Nope. Out of bounds. That's just inside the 2. Mike Heaven, the right cornerback, shoves him out. It's 4th down. Goal to go. Just outside the 1.
He's going to go for it, Keith. Bo Schembechler runs. He likes to run the football. If it's no more than I have to go for it, win a yard, I think he'll go for the field goal.
Well, the nose of the ball is just about the 1-yard hash mark.
Well, he'll go for it. He believes in running that football.
Dan Rice is the fullback. Lawrence Ricks, the tailback. Illini into a goal line defense. 4th and goal from the 1. Ricks didn't make it. Ed Brady nailed him on the numbers. Ed Brady, number 61, hit him right on the numbers and held him.
The middle linebackers are programmed to fill the hole outside of the defensive guard. Look to your right of your screen. Number 61, Brady is the linebacker. He's going to come right through as Rick cuts back. Here's 61. He's going to hit him head up right there. And for you men, young men who are playing football, be sure to keep your head up when you make a tackle. It's dangerous to keep it low.
So the Illini hold and will take over the ball.
I like it.
College football with Michigan leading 7-3, 2:48 to play in the first quarter, and the ball is about a foot away from the Illinois goal line as they hold Michigan. First and goal from the 8. There's the man that made the big defensive play. Eason sets up in his own end zone, and he's going to pass, and he goes short over the middle. And the pass is caught good out to about the 7 by Mitchell Brookins, a senior out of Chicago. Mike Boren makes the tackle. He is a junior for Michigan from Columbus, Ohio.
Bo Schembechler told me yesterday that of Illinois' passes, 85% of them are in front of his short defender, meaning that a nickel dime barrage did but ball control.
Picked up the better part of 7 yards on the play. Time remaining first quarter, 2nd down for the Illini. Eason gives the ball to Brookins. Brookins out across the 10 to the 12. That'll be good for a first down. And I'll tell you something, Frank. It takes a little bit of courage by Mike White to put Brookins in there because Brookins has had a whole lot of trouble this year fumbling the football.
Well, he must have had confidence in him because he's a senior, Keith, and I guess he wanted to put the most experienced players that he had. Here's the drive chart by Illinois. 76-yard field goal, interception and fumble on the other 2 possessions. Can't turn the ball over to Michigan and hope to win, that's for sure.
Illinois now with a little bit of operating room from their own 12. First down. Got Brookins out wide on a double wing. Eason to throw it. Passes away to the sidelines. The pass is good to Oliver Williams. Williams is caught at the 19. Now let's go to Jim Lampley in New York.
First quarter at Norman, Oklahoma. Marcus Dupree continues to flash his credentials as the nation's most explosive freshman running back. This 80-yard touchdown run has put Oklahoma on top of Kansas State in Norman, 7-0. Now let's go back to Keith Jackson.
The Sooners are building up a head of steam for their annual fracas with Nebraska, the Big 8 championship. This game here with some meaning in the Big 10 pennant race. 2nd down, 3. Eason trying to set it up quick, does set it up quick. Pass is caught by Tim Brewster, is tight end. He had stepped inside, then released outside, and it's an Illinois first down. The ball is at the Illini 29. USA and East Germany, amateur boxing, another one of the international dual meets. 3:45 Eastern, 2:45 Central, coming up today on ABC Sports, right after our ball game. The dual meet you'll see took place in Biloxi, Mississippi. From the 29, first down Illinois. Double wide top of the picture. They run it to the right side. Joe Curtis carries, and he got something out of it. Not a lot, 3 yards. Jerry Burgeye making the stop. Less than a half minute actually to go in the first quarter. Michigan leading 7-3.
One thing that Illinois is trying to do is run wide into the boundary away from their rotated defense. And I don't want to get technical on that, but it shows what a fine football player Jerry Burgeye is. Playing pass, thinking pass, but when they did run, he came right up and supported the play at the line of scrimmage.
Tony Eason turns around, decides to let the clock run down. First quarter is over. And after one, Mifflin coming across, and Gergash were there, 40 and 50. Put him down on the 40.
One thing thing that happens as we look at board number 40 is going to come in and fill the hole, plug the hole, and make the tackle on Curtis. Teams get so conscious of rushing the passer they get hurt running against a team like Illinois, on occasion at least.
Second down and a short 8. Deep drop this time. Pass again thrown short. Again thrown behind Brewster. So that's twice now that Eason has had the ball off target by as much as 2 feet and forcing the tight end to try to reach back for it. And it's a very hard thing to do when you got a linebacker hammering you in the back.
Michigan has changed their rushing strategy. They're using what we call a twist. One man rushing from inside going out, and they crisscross and trying to get some penetration up the middle.
Third down and 8. He's looking for Brewster, and Brewster had moved away from it. He was covered by Cooper, so he tried to turn it back inside, and when he made his turn back inside, Eason's pass was gone. So it drops incomplete and brings up fourth down, and the Illini will have to punt it.
It's a blitzing defense, and 21 Cooper was covering him, and Cooper did bump Brewster. I think that the official said it was unintentional, and therefore did not drop the flag. But it was a man-to-man blitz that stopped the play.
Well, he had turned inside, so therefore it had become a not a catchable pass, too. Ball was thrown well behind it. Chris Sigerty into punt for the Illini. Shoots it a mile high, trying to kill it deep. And it takes a bounce into the corner and into the end zone. So Michigan will have the ball at its 20, first down, leading in the ball game 7-3 with 12:42 to go in the first half. We'll see what the Michigan Wolverines sitting on a 7-3 lead will do going into the brisk wind on a day where the temperature is forecast to get up into the middle 40s. They do that out in the sunshine, but I don't think it's going to do it in the shade. From the 20. He gives the ball, he reverses it to Anthony Carter. And Carter with a convoy. Stephon Humphreys in particular gets it out to about the 28 for a pickup of 8 yards.
Reverse going into the wind is a potential big play, Gina, and I think that's good strategy. Rather than throw the ball, go for the big play with Anthony Carter on a reverse. As we look at Mike White, came here from California, turn this program around.
Second down, about 2 from the 28 for Michigan. That's Ricks, the tailback. And he's got a first down up near the 34. So he's got almost 6 yards on the carry. Pete Mulcrone, the senior out of Chicago, made the tackle for Illinois.
The Illinois defense lines up in a 4- and 5-man lines, but they aren't really as physical as Mike White hopes they'll be sometime in the future, and seems to me that Michigan's trying to take advantage of that, running right at the defense, the heart of the defense.
Ricks now with 72 yards in the ball game. Let's call this one the 33, give him 5. And it's a first down for the Wolverines. And Ricks has got it again, cuts it back against the grain, bounces across the 40 to the 42. Terry Cole, the tackle for the Illini.
Seems to me that Illinois also is overrunning Ricks on most of the running plays. They are reacting very effectively, but they're going wide so quickly that Ricks has room to cut back, and he's had some big holes back over the middle.
One of the things he is doing in this ball game that he did not do in the game we saw against Notre Dame is using leverage of the arms. Now, remember, against Notre Dame, you wrap both arms around the ball so early. Here, he's letting it swing a little bit, which gets him out of his start a little quicker. Smith keeps it. And Smith is met just about the line of scrimmage, turning it back inside. They'll give his progress up to about the 45. Clint Haynes, the weak side linebacker, a junior from Gardena, California, makes the tackle.
I think we should keep in mind that Michigan is an option football team, meaning that the quarterback will go down the line and keep or pitch, and he's a good runner. He's averaged last season over 5 yards a rushing attempt, and this year he would be over 5 yards if you don't count the sacks when he was trying to pass.
And he gets a first down on the carry at the 45. Ricks, the tailback, just over the 45 as he has tumbled down. Again, Clint Haynes leads the defensive surge for Illinois. And the clock going now at 10:25 to go in the first half of play. Michigan leading 7-3. Big defensive stand by Illinois in that first quarter when they stopped them short of the goal line after Michigan had it first and goal at the 8.
You can see that Ricks has just about rushed as much as the entire Illinois football team so far in this football game.
Kerry Smith is in number 23 at tailback now to give Ricks a breather. Smith had a big ball game last week. He's quick. Here's Steve Smith on a roll. Throws for Bean. He overthrows him. Vince Bean split in, looping into the seam. Mark Jones behind him, but the pass was well off target.
I think the wind very definitely had an effect on the pass by Smith. In all the games I've watched Smith throw the ball, Keith, most of the time his ball stays low, and when you get a ball going into the wind and it's not a perfect spiral, it climbs, and that ball just kept going. But he has been hot. He had 6 touchdown passes in the last 2 games, hitting 20 out of 28, and he's already has a touchdown pass today.
Third down and 10.
Quarterback draw.
He's got his first down as he takes it to the Illinois 39.
That was a call play, the quarterback draw, where Smith will drop as if he's going to pass, and the lineman let the defensive men rush and open up a hole right up the middle. And there you can see what the advantage of a team that has a quarterback who runs the 4-6 or better. He becomes just like a halfback in the secondary. Look at him move and run down the field and make the first down.
At the Illinois 39. Ball goes to Rick, back in at tailback. And he runs it for 5 down to the 34. Darrell Bird, the tackle.
This is the style of football that Bo Schembechler loves, running right at the opposing team, getting them to realize that maybe Michigan is a more physical team, then the fourth quarter will be his. That's the strategy that he's used for so many, many years. As we look at Bo Schembechler, what a man he is.
Second and 5 from the 34. Ricks again. A yard. Dan Grigas, 250-pound senior out of Hickory Hills, Illinois, and Terry Cole from Peoria. So a couple of young men from the state of Illinois. The penalty flag is down at the 32.
Against Illinois.
That's the first flag we've had inside the lines. We've had one flag thrown on the Michigan bench.
Oh, that's a big one, 15 yards. Illinois has had 78 penalties in 9 games, and Michigan has only had 29 penalties, Keith. So you can see the great football teams avoid the penalties. They work on it. They teach not to violate the rules.
Here's your call.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense.
Personal foul. Will be first and 10 Michigan at the Illini 18.
Now it's going to take a big individual play by Illinois to stop Michigan from scoring a touchdown. It's going to have to take one of those defensive players is going to have to break into that secondary, into the backfield.
Ball is on the Illinois 18. First down for the Wolverines. Smith looks, puts it up, and it's incomplete. Anthony Carter was well covered, and the man covering him was Mike Heaven from Boca Raton, Florida. Penn State out over North Carolina State in the first quarter. Well, those Lions have been rolling. One of the most impressive wins, I think, over and beyond the Nebraska game for Penn State was the shutout of West Virginia, 24-0 up in Morgantown. Kansas State has come back now to make a ball game of it at Norman, Oklahoma. Smith now 1 for 5 in his passing. On second down and 10 from the 18.
He's changing the play as Illinois is going to rush.
Going to put it up. He looks for Dunaway over the middle, and it is incomplete. Lucky he didn't have it picked off.
Oh, he had Carter wide open for a touchdown.
Yep.
Carter's got his hands. Where? Why throw the ball to me? It was a man-for-man coverage with the blitz coming and went to the tight end. Safety man comes in front, but watch how wide open Carter is. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Armstead, number 43, was beat on the play all the way. Now I would look for Illinois to go back to a zone defense on 3rd and 10. Not play the man-for-man. Nope, they're back in man-for-man, Keith.
Dangerous. Carter's not in the play. They give it to Ricks. And Ricks breaks one tackle, but the Illini stack him up at the 13 as Dennis Bishop, the left cornerback, came across to get him. And now Bo Schembechler has a decision. On 4th down, he'll send out the kicking team. Haji Sheik coming out.
Surprising on the strategy, throwing on 1st and 10 into the wind when you have 1st down on the 18-yard line. That's something that I wouldn't expect from Bo in this situation.
Haji Sheik with a 31-yard field goal try. A lot of leg, and it's good. With 7 minutes and 31 seconds to play in the first half, Michigan builds its lead now to 10-3 over Illinois. On a day when we really have the first flavor of winter in this 1982 college football season, Michigan is leading 10-3 at Champaign. 7.5 minutes to play. Haji Sheik kicks off high. It's going to hang up there for Beverly at the 11. Oh, look at this. Up to the 37, 38. And he was a step away from really breaking it. Brought it back 27 yards.
In talking to Mike Wilson yesterday, he said Beverly is really a talented football player. So you're going to be impressed with the way he can pick up his feet and make some moves. And here's a perfect illustration of what he was talking about. Junior college player playing his first year here.
Illinois now with pretty good field position. Up very near the 38. 1st down, trailing by 7. Go to the ground game. And Joe Curtis across the 45. Bounces down at the 46. Robert Thompson, the tackle for Michigan.
There are the numbers and the scoring drive resulting in a field goal as Michigan had 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line, going into the wind, trying to pass after their running had gotten them there in the first place.
2nd down, 1.5 yards from the 46 for the Illini. Keep it on the ground and get the 1st down. Beverly, who is playing now with a bruised shoulder, as we told you. I suspect that Craig Swope may have a bit of a bruise, too, because he came off the defensive back for Illinois, holding his arm. He did play in the last series.
We should remember that Illinois is going with a very brisk wind. We would look for more passing in this situation, a little bit deeper passing, and that the ball is can be more accurate going with the wind than you can going into a brisk wind.
They bring in the chain, but it's a 1st down by the length of the ball. Beverly now totaling 55 yards on 7 carries on the ground. 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first half. 10-3, Michigan.
7 of the teams that have played Michigan this year have rushed for less than 100 yards in the ball game.
Riles is in at fullback, number 13 for Illinois. Let's see if Eason stays with his 1st down passing. Yep. They got some pressure from the outside as Hassel was coming hard, but he got the pass away. And the pass is good to Miguel DeOliver, a senior out of Sacramento. One of the things about this fellow Eason, now he stands 6'4" and weighs 205 pounds. But what makes him a little different from some of the quarterbacks is that the moment he takes the first step, he is ready to throw. He drills that way. When he comes off the snap, he is thinking pass. He is ready to deliver the ball.
And if the blitz is there, as it was on that occasion, he got it away before Hassel could make the tackle.
2nd down, the ball is at just inside the Michigan 47. And it's the ground game again. As as the gain is good down to about the 41, and that should be another Illinois first down. So they continue to move the ball well enough on the ground. Penn State's lead now out to 14-0, and Clemson and North Carolina are even at 3 in the first quarter. Maryland is a team that is right now the prime runner in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Harvard and Holy Cross, and Dartmouth out over Columbia.
Keith, I'm looking forward to seeing the Penn State football team next week as we'll be doing the Notre Dame game. We haven't seen Todd Blackledge, their great quarterback, play.
Thomas Rooks, number 42, still in there. Pass is thrown well across the field to Beverly, and Beverly's got a first down at the Michigan 31. So here's this passing offense just spreading you out all over the field.
Well, if Bo Schembechler told me yesterday, it says just a nickel and dime type of passing game, playing keep away like we used to play as kids, keeping the ball away, and that's what Easton is doing right now. He needs to take it on in for the touchdown, tie this ball game up, capitalize on this drive. But Mike White told me yesterday, Keith, when we get an opportunity, we've got to score against Michigan. We cannot leave it and come away empty-handed.
First down. Easton, no pressure up the middle. Now he's got some help. He's got nobody to throw it to. He goes into the end zone. No! Incomplete to Joe Curtis. Curtis had come left and then saw his quarterback in trouble when racing for the corner. He was there, and the pass just missed him.
Here's the presence of mind of Easton. It's a bootleg pass. All the receivers are covered. So he then rotates and reverses his field, picks up some blockers. Now the receivers reverse their field. And Beverly is right down. Or is it Curtis? Curtis, number 21, is down, and the ball looks like goes right through his arms. I believe it does, Keith. Could have been a touchdown.
It is second down and 10 from the Michigan 31. Nothing there that time. Beverly stopped at the line of scrimmage. Here's Jimmy again.
Second quarter action in Norman, Oklahoma. The player everybody compares Marcus Dupree to is Herschel Walker. Here's a look at why as Marcus goes over the top for his second touchdown of the game. Oklahoma leads 14-10. Back to Keith Jackson.
Hey, Jim, a note on that Kansas State club. Jim Dickey redshirted his entire seniors, all of his seniors a year ago, so he could build toward a winning season. So far, it's been paying off for him. Here's Eason. Loops the pass out. Pass is complete to Rooks. Rooks dives for the first down, and I don't know if he got it. John Lott, number 44, takes the feet from under him, and they may have to drop the chains all the way across the field. It's going to be close.
Well, that's confidence. And Keith, you mentioned earlier, every player on the team has to be a good receiver. That's Rooks' second reception of the season, and in a very critical situation.
It is not a first down. Fourth down. Length of the ball.
And this is where passing teams have so much difficulty. They stress passing, their linemen drop back, and very seldom do they fire out. So this is a critical situation for a passing team like Illinois.
Curtis and Murphy, the setback.
Quarterback sneaky.
Well, they give it to Murphy. He's got a first down. Curtis it is. Gergash hit him hard at the line of scrimmage, but Joe Curtis had enough momentum and drive to punch it inside the 20 to the 19. And the crowd of more than 70,000 coming alive.
Well, the left side of that offensive line opened up the hole. The fullback led right through, and Curtis is right there at the line of scrimmage and makes about a yard for the first down.
Illinois now have 100 yards of the ball game on the ground against the Michigan defense. 3:03 to go in the first half. Easton long count, maybe checking on. Stay with the ground game. Give the ball to Riles, and Riles is down to the 11. For about 8 yards, and Jerry Burgeye might have saved a touchdown there.
I'm amazed at the way that the Illinois offensive line is being able to block the Michigan team, which has only been allowed 85 yards average for the season. Watch the left side of the line. Watch the blocking that they do. And give those young men, John Janata, credit, and also Rick Schulte. Boy, they opened up a hole.
Second down, yard and a half for a first down. flipped it back to the right side. He was going to go left. It was sealed. Went back the other way, got his first down. First and goal to go, Illinois at the Michigan 7.
Michigan will go into a real goal line defense in this situation, and Illinois has got to decide, will we run the football in as we've been moving the ball right now, mostly rushing. I think they'll try to throw the ball on first down. That's what they've done in the past.
Well, Michigan sends in the big people now. They've got the goal line unit in there.
They know that Michigan spots them hearing the rollout pass.
Going to try the middle. And he moves it to about the 6. Beverly carrying the ball. He's trying to cut it back inside. There was just no daylight. He tried to bounce outside and got a yard. Gergai and Gergai, the tackle.
Just don't score easily against the Michigan team. That defense has so much pride in their play, and I've seen them so many times just rise to the occasion. They go into a gambling style of play, and they're going to spot you some passes.
Well, Michigan now, I'm sure, they're sending the defensive backs back into the ball game.
Yes.
They've decided Illinois will go to the pass on second down and goal.
Here's the
about the 7.
Rollout pass.
Oliver Williams, number 17, rolling that way. He's on the goal line. Easton's in trouble. Gets it off over the middle. Touchdown to Martin.
The key to this is Martin coming back to the ball. He's on the back of the end zone. The defense would have intercepted the ball. Watch Martin come back to the ball, and he breaks in front of the defensive back and makes the touchdown. Let's watch it again from this angle. Martin, number 4, is going to hook up. Now the defense is in front of him. Now he comes back to the ball, and that was the key to set up the touchdown.
The extra point try now by Bass to tie the ball game. It is good. 1 minute and 3 seconds to play in the first half. We got us a ball game in Champaign. It's all even at 10. Used too good. Impressive possession by the Illini. They used 13 plays and 6 minutes and 28 seconds of the clock. And that has to be excruciating for Bo to watch a team hold the football for 6.5 minutes against them. We have an all-time Memorial Stadium attendance record today, 75,256. You've put up a few wins. They've had a long dry spell here at Illinois, but go back to the days of in the middle 60s when Grabowski and that bunch were here and winning. They supported him well, and they're doing it again. The kickoff will go through the end zone.
Let's look at the touchdown pass again and watch Martin, number 4. You young men are the receivers. This is the key. You come back to the football. Michigan defense are in good position. Now watch the defensive men in front of him. And as soon as Martin recognizes he's got a chance, he's going to break up in front of him, keeping his body between the ball and the defensive man, and it's a touchdown.
Michigan's ball now with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in the first half. First down at their own 20. 10-10 tie. It's the ground game. Tailback, Lawrence Ricks. Larry. Well, he's tough. He's out just short of the 30 and just short of the first down. Charles Armstead, cornerback, comes up to make the tackle. That's what we've got for you at halftime with Jim Jack and Bino. Hit Notre Dame highlights. The Golden Bear Express is the train that runs between Berkeley and San Francisco Bay Area down into Los Angeles because the Golden Bears of Cal are down playing the Trojans of USC this weekend. But that's a dandy party. They give him a first down on the play, give the ball to Larry Ricks, and Ricks is up to about the 37 before they collar him with Clint Haynes making the tackle. I would think the Illini now just don't want to get too loose and too careful and let Michigan break a big play. They'd love to go into the locker room even at halftime, and the clock is running with 15 seconds to go in the first half. And Larry Ricks now on 17 carries totals 104 yards. 5 seconds, last snap of the first half. And they stay on the ground with Ricks and run out the clock. Oh, with the sun shining bright. On a cool day in Champaign, the home folks are whooping it up as the score is tied at halftime, 10-10. Tim Brandt is with us on the side. Teams are now returning to the stadium, and we're just about ready to go with our second half of play. Michigan jumping out to a 7-3 lead after the Illini had taken the opening possession and moved down for a field goal. And Michigan getting a field goal from Haji Cheek. And then the Illini getting the 6-yard touchdown pass from Eason to Martin to tie it at 10. I would think probably the Illini feel that they're in good shape, having gone to the clubhouse, even with Michigan in the first half of play. Right now, let's join Tim Brandt with Coach Bo Schembechler.
Thank you very much, Coach. 18 minutes possession Illinois had in the first half, Coach. What did Justin
we haven't played well so far. The thing we have to do is shut down the run. You know, for this team to run on us is just not right. And that's the big thing. Other than making the adjustments in our offense, that's about it. We can play a lot better, I think we'll have better second half.
Down at the goal line down here, Coach. Any second guessing there on the play calling?
No, not really. Second guessing on the adjustment that we had. That's all, not on the play call. No.
Okay, Bo, good luck. Keith, back up to you.
All right, Tim, thanks very much. Michigan will be going with the wind in the third quarter. Illinois will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter. And if Illinois can stay within a touchdown or so of Michigan through this third quarter, I got to think that Mike White and his troops will be buoyed by optimism, having the wind with them in the final period. Anthony Carter and Steve Johnson will be your deep people for Michigan as Mike Bass comes up to kick off for Illinois.
I don't understand why Michigan gets the win and the ball. Normally, when the team takes the field, the other one will receive, but evidently Illinois chose to kick off.
Well, I'm sure that Mike wanted that win if he could possibly have it in the final period. You see how much effect it has. It's picked up by Johnson, and Steve Johnson, trying to get to the sidelines, is spun down up around the 25.
15-yard penalty against Illinois. Keith, face mask or something. I couldn't tell.
Looked like somebody might have grabbed the face mask. If they gave it a twist, it's a personal foul against the Illini. So right out of the blocks, Michigan gets a break here as Illinois makes a defensive mistake. And they're going to walk off 15 for the personal foul. So instead of the 25, ball's up on the 40. Here's the call.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense. First down.
Might have been a late hit on the tackle.
Keith, I still don't understand why Michigan gets the ball in the wind. That just bothers me. Don't know who made the decision to give them that.
Well, it must have been Illinois in considering the fourth quarter. So the Michigan offensive unit, as they come out on the field, Smith turns, and for the first time today, the fullback gets the ball. Dan Rice, a 215-pound freshman from Roxbury, Massachusetts. It's in there for about a yard. Nick Epps, a defensive end, 250-pounder for the Illini. Dan Grigas weighs 250 at tackle. Bo Crone, 240 at tackle. And Terry Cole, 250 at defensive end. Linebackers, Archie Carter, 205. The linebackers are relatively light. Mike Weingrad, 218, and Clint Haynes, 215. They give him 3 yards on that carry, make it second down and 7 as Smith puts it up for Carter. And Carter comes down with it and makes the catch, and he took a lick from Craig Swope. Swope, the freshman from Fort Pierce, Florida, just nailed him. And Swope is down, and I guess Carter is up. So Anthony comes away from it, but the man who made the hit is hurt on the play. It's first down Michigan at the Illinois 34.
Keith, the official does not see the ball pop out of Carter when he's hit by number 12, Swope. The official is going to be over on the sideline. Watch this, fans. Carter's going to catch the ball up in the air. He's extended. Swope is going to hit him right there. Now the ball comes out.
Carter gets it on the way down, though. There it pops out right there.
I'm not sure. I believe that's a good call. I'm going to backtrack. I believe he had the ball when his back hit the ground. He was in possession, and the ball is automatically dead at that time. The ball does pop out, but not till after his back hits the ground, as I see it now. Let's see it again.
See, the ball comes loose when he's hit.
If the ball comes loose when he's hit, it's an incomplete pass. Now, let's see if we can detect that.
Now he reaches back and gets another hold on it. Looks like he had it when he went down.
Well, that's close. Fisher was right there. Fisher was right there.
Swope has to come out, and Mark Jones goes in. And it's a big play for the Wolverines inside the 34 of Illinois. Crowd booing. They thought it was an incomplete pass. Fisher was trailing the play. Ball goes to Larry Ricks. And Ricks hammers his way over the right side. And they continue to run with Stephon Humphreys and Doug James. Dennis Bishop is a cornerback, 187-pounder. Charles Armstead, the right corner, at 5'9", 160. David Edwards, pretty good size, 6 feet, 180. And Craig Swope just shaken up on that last play is out. Mark Jones is in. Mark is from Lancaster, California. Ball is down at the 23 of Illinois. It's a first down for the Wolverines. Marching right along here in this opening possession of the second half in a 10-10 ball game. Ball goes to Ricks again, and the Illini gang up on him and hold him after a very short pickup. Clint Haynes, the first man to get there for Illinois. Ricks now 20 carries in the ball game, and he has 122 yards.
Illinois went into a crash defense, and Haynes, number 63, penetrated, getting Ricks before he could cut back and stop in the play for no gain.
Ricks is out of there now, and Terry Smith is in, 6'2", 190, junior, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Call it second down, 10. Smith back to throw it, rolling it to the right side. Gets his pass off. The pass is thrown behind Vince Bean. Bean had gone to the sidelines, and the pass was behind him.
Let's watch what they're trying to do to Anthony Carter. Number one, the great wide receiver. It's a running play. This is a running play. Carter's not figured into it, and you can see.
There's a foul.
Number 20,
Shiver. Just threw him a shiver, correct?
Yeah,
Hit him right under the chin.
That is illegal and could be disqualification if the official had seen
If
it.
they'd have seen him, they'd have thrown him right out of the ballpark.
I would have. I believe any official would have.
Third down and 10 for Michigan at the 23. Penalty flag. Stops the play. Well, I know last week in the ball game between Illinois and Iowa that Hayden Fry, coach of the Hawkeyes, and Mike White of Illinois both were, that's the illegal procedure call against Michigan, cost them 5. They were both grousing about some of the extracurricular activity that goes on, but it's not possible with 22 people out there to see everything.
Dead ball, legal procedure, offense.
This throws Michigan back to 3rd and 15, but they do have the win, which would be a big factor in their passing game. And the field goal opportunity if they fail to make the first down.
All right, Carter to the top of the picture. Smith back. He's looking for him, and he drills it at him, and he missed him. Ball was a little late getting to Anthony, and the Illini now are sort of picking on Anthony. You see a man come over and pat him on top of the helmet. And that's the quickest way in the world to get the other folks' hackles up and get your head taken off.
And it's also a 15-yard penalty if the officials think this is inciting bad and ill will. That's something that the Rules Committee put in a few years ago to stop that type of performance.
Ali Haji Sheikh now in for a 45-yard field goal try. He's 4 out of 5 this year outside the 40-yard line, between the 40 and the 50. The hold is good. His kick is in the air, and it is good. And so Michigan goes back on top in the ball game in the third quarter by a score of 13-10 with 12:44 to play in number 3. 45-yard field goal gives the Wolverines the lead again, 13-10. Dwight Beverly is the deep man for Illinois as the wind blows the ball off the tee, just as Ali Haji Sheikh was coming in to hit it.
Let's go back and see if I can explain why Michigan had the win and the first possession also, and Illinois had the choice, and they chose to go against the win in the third quarter so they could have in the fourth quarter. I've been in that position many times. All I said, I want the ball, and the other team's going to take the win because they're not going to give you both of them.
It's a high kick, carries deep into the end zone. It will not be returned. It'll be Illinois' ball. First down at the 20.
Let me repeat that one more time. Illinois could have gotten the same thing to win in the fourth quarter and had the ball the first possession of the third quarter to try to punch out some first downs and keep the ball away from Michigan while they've got the win. If they'd just said, we'll take the ball, and Michigan would then take them to win.
Offensive lineup for the Illini. Illinois so far in this game has run for 114 yards against the Michigan defense. Let's see if they continue to try to run the ball. They do. Ball goes to Thomas Rooks, a freshman out of St. Louis, and he bangs it out to about the 24. The big people defensively for Michigan. Winfred Carraway weighs 240 at tackle. Al Sensich is a 227-pounder at nose guard. And Dave Meredith, 239 at tackle. The linebackers, Robert Thompson, a dandy, 6'3". Carl Rose, 205, other outside linebacker. Gergash weighs in at 208, and Boren at 228. It is second down and 6 for Illinois from the 24. Eason to throw, goes short with it, pass good to Brewster. Brewster, the tight end, is up to the 29, brought down by Evan Cooper. The defensive secondary for the Michigan Wolverines, and Jerry Burguy, cornerback, at 5'10", 189. Marion Body, the left corner, 5'10", 180. Keith Bostic, strong safety, 6'1", 5. And Evan Cooper, the free safety, a rather rangy fellow at 6 feet, 172. Third down and 1 for Illinois at their 29. On the ground to go. He's got the first down. Mike Murphy, the fullback. Murphy, 5'9", 205, and I believe that's the first time today that Michael has seen the football. He's a stocky sort of a fellow at only 5'9". He bounces in there pretty tough. Beverly goes in at the tailback position now. Curtis coming out for Illinois. First down at their 31. Michigan changing its defense now as they drop off. Spread formation, give that ball off to Beverly. And Beverly is down at the line of scrimmage. And Mike Boren, number 40, dove in there to take the feet from under him. And next Saturday, here on ABC at 3:30 Eastern Time, we've got regional games for you, led by Penn State Nittany Lions at Notre Dame. That's a season maker for the Irish. And it could be a troublesome stop for the march of the Lions. It could be an interesting football game. South Bend next Saturday here on ABC. Second down, a little over 10. Ball just outside the 30. Illinois does not show the shotgun. It's not used. Eason getting a little heat. Going to run it. He's got enough room. And he steps out of bounds. Tiptoes out at the 45 and a first down.
Penalty, Keith. Another unnecessary play by Illinois. After the ball is dead, they clip the Michigan back. It's going to be a 15-yard late penalty. It will be 1st and 25 after this penalty. Unnecessary. The other receiver came right out. One of the receivers came back and blocked late the Michigan defender right over on the boundary.
Burguy was the man that was cut down.
It's going to be 1st and 25.
It's a silly mistake.
Silly. Illinois has had 78 penalties over 9 a ball game. Right at 9 a ball game, I should say. It's going to be 1st and 25. That's a dead ball penalty. Boy, that hurts. Unnecessary.
From the 45, they march it back to the 30.
Here are the penalties. You can see.
Dead ball, personal foul, on the offense. It's a first down, 1st and 25.
You can see the mistakes that Illinois has been making. 78 penalties. Let's watch it again.
He's out of bounds there.
The play is over. And then I believe the Illinois player hit him with his right hand.
It was Gant 14 instead of Burguy. So it's first down and 25 from the 30.
Watch out for an interception here.
Pass is away, and the pass is complete. Caught by Kirby Wilson, the flanker, who also sets in a wideout position much of the time. And so very quickly, Eason comes right back, and he gets 16 yards out to the 46.
It was a great throw by Easton Keith. There was a good rush on him, and he had to throw the ball, as you mentioned earlier, before he ever set up. He had to deliver it quickly, and the receiver was open.
He's now 16 out of 23 in the game for 140 yards and a touchdown and an interception.
Michigan has gone to even defense.
Second down and 9. They go to Riles looking out of the fullback position, and boy, he almost wiggled his way out of there, didn't he? He gets the first down on a fine run. So it was Thompson that brought him down when it looked like Riles might get off and go to the races.
Thompson is just a big playmaker, very cagey player, senior, second team All Big Ten last year. He's over on the weak side. The play's gone away from you, but he's getting his base, getting his leverage, comes back in and makes the play.
Boy, there was nothing but green and open air between Riles and the goal line, and we have an Illinois man hurt on the field. So we take time out for him. 9 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Michigan leading by 3.
Only from Chevrolet.
Story is up over there. We're really high here. It's almost as high as it is in Oklahoma and Florida. Mike Martin has to come off the field in a hurry. It looks like he broke his belt. His britches about to fall down, and it's too cold for that to happen, so Mike had to come off the field. Chris Babyar was the man hurt. They helped him off the field. Bob Stowe is in at the offensive guard position. Hand the ball off to Brookins, and Brookins running out of the tailback position. Hits it from the 43 down to about the 39. So it's going to be second down and 7 for Illinois at the Michigan 39. Ohio State leading Minnesota and Purdue leading Iowa in the second quarters in Big Ten play. Martin comes back into the lineup now along with Joe Curtis for Illinois.
Keith got a good drive going against the wind, trying to keep the ball away from the Michigan offense while they have the advantage of the breeze, the stiff breeze.
Eason back. He couldn't find anybody. He pulls it down and takes off. And he goes into a hook slide at about the 36. Keith Bostic was coming up to whack him, and Tony just went down, accepting what he had. Meredith is out now for Michigan, and Kevin Brooks, number 52, a sophomore out of Detroit, in. Illinois now has run for 150 yards against the Wolverines, and thrown for 140.
The big day for the Illinois offense, and rushing the football, as Bo said when he came out, Keith, he's got to stop the run if he's going to win this game.
Third down and a good 3. The figure pass, double wide right. They go to the ground. See? And that time it does not work. Boy, I'll tell you, Mitchell Brookins stuck his head in there, and here came Mike Boren and Tom Hassel, and there was a double whack, and he went down, and it's fourth down. Now, is Mike Bass coming, or is it punting time?
Oh, it's punting time. Into the wind, kicking a field goal this far would be a wasted effort.
Chris Sigourney is in. His first punt and only punt so far today was for 40 yards. He'll just try to hit a knuckleball up there and hope that his teammates can kill it deep. Evan Cooper goes back, a defensive back, as the return man for Michigan. Pops it up. Well, they got a chance to kill it. Cooper comes across and calls for a fair catch, so Evan will accept it for Michigan at the 13. 22-yard punt. Didn't get it as deep as he wanted it. Tried to angle it across, and the wind killed it. USA and East Germany, international dual meet and amateur boxing coming up after the ball game today on ABC at 3:45 Eastern Time. The East Germans top. The United States team, among those on the team, the Steve McCrory at 112 pounds. He's the younger brother of Milt McCrory, who has become one of the top contenders at 147 pounds. Those are always fun. First down for Michigan from its 13. Smith gives it off to the fullback. They sort of got tangled up there as Dan Rice and the quarterback Smith when he handed the ball off, but Rice is still able to whack it on out around the 17. Mark Butkus is now in a tackle spot. He's the nephew of Dick Butkus, who was a great All-American here at Illinois.
I think Bo would like to make a couple of first downs here if he possibly could without having to throw the ball.
Ball is closer to the 16. It's second down and 7. And Smith back, going to put it up. He goes over the middle with it for Carter, and the pass is incomplete. Thrown too high. Anthony Carter And I keep bringing this up, I know, every time I do a Michigan football game, but he's only 5'11", 161 pounds, but he is made out of barbed wire. He absorbs a lot of punishment.
He does. He's had bruised ribs, full groin. He hasn't really been at full strength most of the year.
We now understand that Babyar will not be able to come back at offensive guard, and neither will Craig Swope, their fine defensive back. So the Illini lose 2 starters to injuries in this ball game. As Smith goes back to throw it on 3rd down, throws a hummer to Carter. And Carter running around, getting some help. Vince Bean throws a block, and he steps out of bounds. Up at the 43, and it's a first down, and we've got another Illinois man shaken up on the play. Number 84, Archie Carter, getting up very slowly and walking off the field now. So Smith goes to Carter and gets him for the first down.
One thing that we've noticed about Smith through the last 2 years, he's a good second-half player. He seems to straighten himself out, and he just drills the ball to Carter. Carter was wide open, breaking across the middle, and as Keith mentioned, Bean did make the key block to give him extra yardage. Watch Carter catch the ball. Now watch to the bottom of your screen. Watch Bean come in right to the left, makes the block, and gives him extra yardage.
First down, Wolverines. The ball out beyond the 42. Tailback Ricks with it. And he hits it out to about the 47. 6 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
I want to go back. That 3rd down completion to Carter really could make a difference.
Illinois got beat last week by Iowa, Frank, on a 3rd down and 31 play. Iowa converted.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts when that happens.
It's 2nd down and 4. Tailback Ricks bouncing in there. And he's close to another first down as he crosses midfield. Down to about the Illinois 48. Mike Johnson, defensive end, junior out of Chicago, number 85, makes the stop for Illinois.
The Michigan offensive line is more physical than the defensive line of Illinois, and that's the reason that Ricks is making so much yardage, but he's not getting as many opportunities because of the ball possession type of play that Illinois has been able to pull off so far in this game.
I'll tell you, if the Illini stay within 3 after 3 quarters, look out.
Yeah, with the win. And what Keith is referring to is the win will make a big difference in that 4th quarter. Field position, if you don't make first downs, the kicking game can get you field position.
Michigan can control its destiny by winning 2 of the next 3 games. They play Purdue next week and then finish the season against Ohio State. They play 9 conference games. You see Pitt and Notre Dame score there in the 2nd quarter.
Notre Dame's holding right in there, Keith. They've got a good defensive football team in Notre Dame.
Let's call it the 47. It's closer there. First down. As Smith goes for the air. Goes for Carter. And Carter carries it out of bounds. Steps out at the 34 of Illinois. That is another first down. Dwayne Pugh was covering on the play, a freshman out of Washington, and he was never really in the play.
If I was playing Carter 1-on-1, which we're going to see, I'm going to give him plenty of room and hope that the wind will make the pass be inaccurate, but it wasn't the case. Smith was right on target, another first down.
4 catches for Carter, 104 yards and a touchdown. An ordinary day so far for Anthony.
I'd give him plenty of room. Be discreet.
That's the tailback, Rick. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. Mark Butkus, number 53, the tackle. Dove in there and got it. Mark is 6'4", 260, a junior from Lansing.
That's the kind of play that you have to get out of your defense. When you're playing Michigan, somebody single-handedly has got to break the line of scrimmage and throw them into a passing situation.
There was a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd down, 13. Carter now coming out to the bottom of the picture, over the left side.
Double coverage on Carter. Double coverage both wide receivers.
Now he goes the other way, and they're going to give him the ball. And he's got a convoy going around the corner. Got a great block from Ricks. And takes it down inside the 30. Butkus again the tackle for the Illini.
One thing that we coaches like to see in running backs when they don't have the football, be a blocker, be a team player.
He really lays a lick over there.
You're going to see Ricks, number 46, right here. Watch him. When he doesn't have the ball, he's a complete player. Boom, he's going to go right there and knock the defensive man down and let Carter make extra yardage.
Got it down to the 28, where it is 3rd down. 3.5.
Will Michigan choose to run twice or throw on 3rd and 4?
Won't get there. Boy, I tell you, Illinois, it was all over that play. There were 5 blue shirts out there.
I think that Illinois, no, I don't think we have a penalty. It looked like we have a little scuffle, but I think the officials have separated them without a penalty. But you're right, Keith. The Illinois defense diagnosed in the play. They had great support from the safety men. Watch the outside support coming up outside of the line. The cornerbacks, the safety men, all are coming up right here, and you can see it was a team effort that stopped the play.
It is 4th down, and Ali Haji Sheikh is in there to try a field goal. He has kicked a 31-yarder and a 45-yarder. And this one is from 47 yards. It's up. It is good. He hooked it a little bit, but it got inside the uprights. And so Michigan builds its lead now to 16-10 with 4:12 to play in the fourth quarter. 16. Inning 4:12 quarter. And Michigan still operating with the wind at their back. Anthony Beverly is deep as Haji Sheikh kicks it off. And he nails it way down yonder. Almost knocked it through the goalpost. He hit the horizontal and kicked back. Today on ABC's Wide World of Sports, World Weightlifting Championship, we have same-day coverage via satellite from Rome, the Rome Mile, and the Skate America International Figure Skating Championships from Lake Placid. That's at 5 Eastern and Pacific, 4 Central Time. ABC's Wide World Sports. Tony Eason now with the ball at the 20. It comes out. Ali Haji Sheikh, despite the name, was born at the University of Michigan Hospital, Medical Center there. And he grew up down in Texas. So he didn't come from somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. Grew up down in Arlington. All right, here's Eason going to the air. Gets it to the sideline. The pass good to Beverly. Mike Murphy, 46, coming out of the backfield, and he gets 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Once again, Michigan is changing their strategy on defense. Keith, they've been, in the first half, used an odd defense with Sinchik on the nose, the only man inside. Now they're moving him over to the guard, pulling that tackle in, try to get the inside rush. They're mixing it up, but that's what they did on 1st down.
You've got to get some inside rush on a man like Eason.
Now they got 2 big men inside, 4 down linemen. That helps.
They pitch it outside to Riles, coming out of fullback, hurdles a man and gets the 1st down as it crosses the 35. Oh, I think he's Richard Riles, 200-pounder from San Jose.
As Keith said, he hurdled. I believe it was Gergash, the linebacker. You can see the good blocking first by the tight end. The guards pull around, and Riles is going to jump Gergash, number 50. He hurled him, and that's legal if the defensive man is on the ground. If the defensive man is standing up, it's illegal to hurdle a defensive player.
Hey, one thing, if he hurdles Gergash standing up, he get him off that football field and out in the track uniform.
Look at this.
High jump pit. 1st down, just beyond the 35. Eason back on 1st down. Throws a hammer to the sidelines, and Curtis has got it. And he's taken down short of his 1st down, but again, on the 1st down play, going to the pass, they get about 7-8 yards.
I mentioned earlier that the numbers and percentages of the 1st down pass and run is just balanced perfectly by the Illinois team. 51% they run, 49% they pass on 1st down. What that means, trouble for the defense.
Second down and about 2.5 for a 1st down. From the 43, they go to the ground game and get their 1st down as Dave Meredith jumps on Joe Curtis. But Joe's got his 1st down. Illinois trying for their first back-to-back winning seasons since the middle 60s. They were 7-4 last year, could not get a bowl game because of probation, but this year they will be eligible for a bowl.
We're seeing Eason look at the sideline and getting the wig-wag from the coaches as to what play or pass to call. And I think we should mention that Eason was not recruited out of junior college. Mike White never seen him play, took him on the recommendation of one of his former athletes, and gave him a scholarship.
47-yard line. That athlete was former Cal quarterback Fred Fasano. Pass Down to the 41. Good to Kirby Wilson. That's... Oh, Kirby gets excited when he catches one, doesn't he? That's the second one he's scooped off the turf.
Another bootleg, meaning that the quarterback is going to let the backs fake one way, and he's going out to the side to buy some time, let the receivers come across diagonally at 3 different levels, one in front of the linebackers, one in back. But I want to say I am really, really impressed with Eason. I know you are at home also, for his poise, his knowledge of the game, being able to pick this Michigan defensive team apart with short passes.
He's on schedule now. On his average, 9 different players have now caught passes. He isn't favoring anybody. Look at him. Pull his head down, duck under the rush, and turns it into a gain. Down to the 26. Down to the 26.
I believe Carlton Rose had him for a loss. It's Thompson, number 99, not 89. Thompson is a fine football player. Tell me this, how does Eason get under him? There's no comparison in the quickness or the ability. Somehow Eason had the presence of mind to duck inside and turn what would have been a bad play into a big first down.
At the Michigan 26-yard line. 26th of Michigan, first down the lineup. You know who Eason sort of reminds me of, and this is the first time I've seen Eason for real on the field. He's a bit like Marino in style and structure. There's a big play by Carlton Rose as he blows in there and decks the ball carrier for Illinois for a considerable loss. It was Riles, number 13, carrying. Never had a chance.
Keith, what I think that he's got going for him more than Marino has is patience and poise and a touch on the ball. Marino is a great passer and going to be a tremendous pro football player, but he throws the ball too hard many times on short passes. Eason has developed a touch. These people a chance to catch the badly thrown passes.
That loss is back, let's see, the 33, so he lost 7. Second down and 17. Up the middle goes Eason. Penalty flag. Got a hold, I think, coming right here against Illinois.
Oh, you've just got to get some holding calls when a team throws this many times. In the old days, before, Keith, you could use your hands on offense holding, a team that threw 35 times would get 3 15-yard penalties for illegal use of their hands. And when you let a team throw 40, 50 times without any penalties, there's not much chance to win the football game.
This is a big penalty, too, Frank, because they had run that ball back inside the 25, and so you have the loss
of 10 yards that he gained of 12, plus the distance to the penalty.
So let's see. In the third quarter, we've got 26 seconds to play. Then they're going to turn around, and Illinois is going to be working with the wind. And they're going to back them up to 10 yards, back to the 45. Here's your call.
Holding on the offense.
Keith, to carry that point further, in one game last year, I was told that Wake Forest threw 65 passes without a penalty and without a sack against Maryland.
Okay.
And in the old days, that was impossible.
Right.
Impossible.
All right, they've got Oliver Williams in now. He's in that slot position. He's a big fellow, stands about 6'4".
Changing the play at the line.
On second down and a half a mile, Eason gets it up over the middle, and he went for Williams, and it's Martin. And Martin couldn't come down with it. Here's Jim Lampley again.
At Pitt Stadium, Notre Dame has taken advantage of the second quarter break to grab the lead over Pittsburgh. This touchdown by Larry Moriarty was set up by a fumbled punt. Notre Dame leads Pitt 10-6 in the second quarter. Many of you will see Notre Dame against Penn State regionally here next week. Now back to Keith.
We'll be there. The Lord willing, I want to see it.
Yeah, it'll be a scuffle. Third down. They've got to go to the 11 for the first down, so they need 34 yards.
Michigan disguising their coverage.
Got some rush on him, but he still gets it off. And, it's in and out of the hands of Tim Brewster. He drilled Brewster right on the numbers. Tim was right in between 2 Michigan defenders, and the ball just squirted right on through there. And Eason showed me an arm there, Frank. He really zipped it.
What did you say about Elway? He threw a red-hot pass.
Yep.
Well, that ball was red-hot right there. And Brewster has great hands. Surprising that he dropped it.
Third quarter is over. Michigan, Illinois. Michigan leading 16-10. Back after this and a word from your local station.
Here
we go to the fourth quarter. 16-10, Michigan leading Illinois. They're going to go to the punt now and try to hang it up there and kill it deep as they can. Make Michigan work into the win in this fourth quarter. Oh, he hit it straight up. He got it up, and it takes an Illinois bounce now. It's going to kick on down. It's going to roll and roll and roll, and there's your rug. That's what happens on this artificial turf. He kicked that thing about 10 yards straight up in the air, and it rolled another 26 for a 36-yard net on it. And it backs Michigan up at their 9.
Look at the Illinois offensive production. 23 first downs, 157 yards rushing, 320 yards total. Very, very impressive. Michigan continues to roll the ball mostly on the ground. Now it's essential that they keep it on the ground and make some first downs.
Illinois bouncing around. They've got 5 men defensive front up there with 2 inside backers. Give the ball to the tailback Ricks, and the Illini get him at the 10. If Illinois can hold Michigan down there, force the Wolverines to punt into the wind, they're going to have the ball in good field position.
To carry that further, the kicking into the wind, I would guess 25 or 30 yards would be about the average of what they could do. So Bo's getting worried. He's got to move something here. Will he come out and throw on this part of the field? He did with the wind. Be doubtful if he does against the wind.
Second down and 9, just outside the 10.
There's the blitz. Yep.
Don't let it go. He's looking for Carter. Smith has got a convoy to the sidelines, and he's got a first down as he gets it up across the 20. Ed Brady made the play, but got there late.
That was a great call. The safest pass in football is a rollout pass to Anthony Carter right over on the sideline. You know he's going to have a pretty good cushion. And Smith broke containment, and he ran for the first down. That's the advantage of having a quarterback that's a good runner.
Steve has now run 5 times for 28 yards in the ball game. First down, Wolverines at the 21. Ricks, big hole. Was close to another first down. Illinois' big defensive plays in the ball game have come fundamentally when they've had to gamble, and they may have to gamble here pretty quick. When you gamble, you can get burned.
And another thing, the running football team wears another defensive team out by the fourth quarter.
They do.
And the theory of both Schembeck and all running coaches is we're going to control the ball in the fourth quarter. It's like Rocky Marciano is a boxer, Keith. He gives you enough body punches until finally you drop your arms,
yep,
and he would KO you. Well, that's what happens many times with a running football team.
First down, Michigan at their 31. Give it to Ricks. I would think if I were, and thank goodness I'm not at my age.
Thank goodness I'm not either.
Go down there, the man I'd be looking for would be Ricks.
They've got to be keying on him, but what's happening at the line of scrimmage, Smith, the quarterback, is looking at to see which defensive side that they are favoring, and then he goes the other way and giving Ricks a little chance to get started.
Ricks is now totaling 143 yards on 27 carries. Second down, 7.
Here's the blitz.
He read it, got it off, pass caught by Carter, and it's another Michigan first down at the Illinois 45. So here's Michigan now, starting at its 9, going into a strong wind, and they are moving the football.
And obviously, very obviously, Smith changed the play. As soon as he saw the blitz, he went to the pass, knowing that they couldn't keep up with Carter one-on-one, and he was correct. He made the throw, and another big first down. Again, real quickly, Carter's playing man-for-man by Armstead. You can see how he faked it and was wide open.
Now they go back to the tailback. And Ricks runs it down close to the 40 for about 4 yards. David Edwards on the tackle.
Rick made a lot of mistakes in the Notre Dame ball game, Keith, that we did. And talking to Rose yesterday, he said, Frank, you underrating Ricks as a runner. I'm telling you, he is an outstanding runner. And I remember he rushed over 800 yards as a sophomore.
Well, he just simply didn't have a good night tonight. but we saw
he did. Made some mistakes. They fumbled the ball. Faulty ball handling. A lot of things happened to Michigan that night.
Second down is 6, just short of the Illinois 40. Smith's going to put it up. He goes for his tight end Dunaway and threw it in the crowd. And it falls out of there incomplete. Mark Jones, number 30, was right in the jersey of Dunaway when the ball got there.
Could have been intercepted. When you throw
Look
those...
at this. Purdue jumped from Iowa 16-0. That's a surprise.
Keep to carry that point further. When you throw those diagonal passes, it's risky because a defensive man would be unseen by the quarterback and intercepted.
Harry Smith is in at the tailback position now. Third down and 6. Big defensive play for the Illini.
Quarterback draw. Nope.
Throws it. Incomplete. The intended receiver, Dunaway, fell down. Jones came over the top, going for the ball, and conceivably could have intercepted it, except it was thrown very hard. And so it is 4th and 6, and Michigan will have to kick it away.
Carry that point further. Throwing the ball low does avoid the interception, and the ball was thrown right about chest high, and when Dunaway slipped down, boy, it looked bad for Michigan.
All right. Don Bracken is in to punt now. Eason has a cut nose as Don Bracken hits a shank, really. He just sort of shanked it, but he gets a reasonably decent kick out of it, knocks it out of bounds down at the Illinois 11-yard line. Timeout with 11:36 to play. This may be, in the next few moments, one of the more interesting, more exciting moments of this entire football game. Illinois has the ball just short of their 12. They have that strong at the back. And it may be the time for them to make a move if they're going to make one. Eason so far today has thrown the ball for 165 yards, run for 40. His total offensive production, 205. He's been averaging 302 coming into this game. 302 per game. Drops on first down, gets his pass off, and throws it away. Oliver Williams was out there, but Eason, realizing he was in trouble, had to get rid of it, threw it away. Here's Tim Brent.
Keith, the last time Illinois had the football in a 29 situation, after Eason released the football, took a pretty good lick on his nose. During the timeout and during Michigan's possession, they couldn't stop the bleeding. It is still bleeding rather heavily. They have stuck cotton up his nostrils. He is playing now and trying to breathe out of his mouth, but it's not comfortable at all. Keith?
All right, Tim, thanks very much. He's a big, tough kid. There's his pass to the sideline. Pass is good up to the 20 to Tim Brewster, the tight end, but that's going to be a yard and a half or so short of the first down. It'll be third down and 1.
And you mention again that passing teams has a penalty on Illinois, it looks like.
Yep. Holding.
Oh, that's too bad. Penalties have hurt them. It took them out of a scoring opportunity at the end of the third quarter. Holding by the offensive lineman. Keith, there's no secret to what the passing teams are doing today. They're taking 2 receivers and putting them in one defender's zone and trying to stretch it. Or they'll take 3 receivers and put them in 2 zones and stretch them. And with time, they can do it.
Holding on the offense. Down goes over.
Which means second down at the 6.
Double wing for Illinois.
Second down and 20 out of the end zone. Eason's pass is good to Martin. And Martin tumbles out of bounds. Up around the 19. Bostic went up for it. Couldn't reach it.
Watch the throw. Good protection. Here again, there's 2 receivers over in the same zone. And Easton lays the ball over Bostic's head perfectly to Martin on the boundary. Martin being the leading receiver in the country. Coming in this game with 56 receptions. You can see he's just getting outside. 1 man going deep and 1 outside. Wide open.
Third down. They need a little more than 2 for the first down. They throw for it. Intercepted. Picked off by Bostic. He tried to force it and tried tried to get it to Mike Martin, and Bostic stepped right in front of it and picked it off.
And the tight end, I'm surprised that he didn't go for the first down. The tight end, if you can see it on the left of your screen, is wide open right there. There he is, right there, yelling for the ball, and he goes deep, and the ball is intercepted. That's Bostic's first interception of the year, and a very timely one.
Oh, is it ever? Here's Michigan now operating just outside the Illinois 30.
Oh, a field goal here is just about as good as a touchdown.
Yes, it is, for effect.
So I think Coach Jim Becker will be keeping that in mind as he moves the ball towards the goal line.
Carter comes wide to the bottom of the picture.
Blitz, man for man.
Give it to Ricks. Ricks runs it up the middle. Goes to the 25 with it. Almost 6 yards on the carry. Grigas, the tackle.
Oh, that's a good first down play. 6 yards. Keith, both teams have had fantastic averages on first down. Illinois over 6 yards and Michigan over 7 yards on first down for the game.
That was a big turnover.
The third one. Michigan was not able to capitalize on the turnover in the first down.
Second down, 4.5. Smith.
Got to be wide open.
Carter. Incomplete. Armstead, a good lick on Carter to knock the ball loose.
Wind was the big factor. The ball is not, as Carter's wide open. Man for man, Armstead, number 43, giving him a cushion. And now he's wide open. The ball should be now, but the wind's holding it up. And by the time the ball gets there, Armstead is able to hit Carter and knock it out.
Penalty flag thrown back at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, my goodness.
Looks like it might be on the Wolverines.
They're moving back. Carter's very disappointed because the ball, he was open. The one-on-one coverage, just what he wants. 125 of Michigan's 130 yards receiving today. Anthony Carter.
And their only touchdown.
Which was a thing of beauty. 40 yards in the...
It's got to be a holding.
Boy.
Holding on the offense.
The old umpire got to even that out. I was saying that jokingly, of course, but that's the way we coaches always felt anyway. Didn't say it publicly.
35-yard line. The ball goes back to. They got to go to the 21 for the first down. Second down, 14. Again, they're up in the blitz. One-on-one. Smith all day. Goes short. In and out of the hands of Dunaway. The tight end. It'll be third down and 14.
It's still out of field goal range. Going into the wind, it's just too far for a field goal. They've got to make a first down before they can even get in field goal range, which is third down, what, 15, Keith? 14? 14.
Smith, 6 out of 17 today for 130 yards. Third and long. Smith pulls it down. They get it. 36. Mark Jones, number 30, made the play. And it's fourth down and about 15 now.
That was a quarterback draw. Call play, hoping that they would catch Illinois in a man-for-man, and Smith could pop right up the middle.
Don Bracken comes in to punt. So Illinois is going to get the ball back with the wind at 9:35 to play in the fourth quarter. Mike Martin is standing back at his 10. That's a pretty good one. Got some pressure on Bracken. He hangs it up there. Michigan's going to kill it very deep. Very deep.
Let it roll. Let it roll.
At the 5. So there Illinois gets it. 95 yards away from the goal line. 9:18 to play. There's the attendance for the day. An all-time record crowd at Memorial Stadium here at the University of Illinois in Champaign. And they're getting their money's worth.
Keith, the Big Ten has been averaging about 70,000 for the season. A record reach for them.
First down, Illinois at their own 5. Mike Murphy, Mitchell Brookins behind Tony Eason. On first down, he'll go with it. And his pass thrown incomplete. Wilson was curling back inside, and Eason threw the ball the other way. So for the second time, maybe even the third time in the game today, I think it's safe to assume that the receiver went the wrong way.
The receivers have the option of reading the defense and breaking in or out, and Easton has to pick this up, and it's really just a missed signal there by either the quarterback or the wide receiver.
So it's second down and 10 from the 5. Deep drop this time, goes to the short man. Whoa, what a lick on Murphy. Murphy caught the ball out on the 6, and Mike Boren. It was a collision.
That's the way to play those short passes. Make them pay for it. We used to say search and destroy. Any of those receivers want to catch those short passes, you line back to search them and destroy them. And that was what Boren did.
They put it down at the 5, the line of scrimmage. Easton now, in his last 7 passes, is 1 out of 6. Coverage is a little tougher. The short zone coverage, a lot tougher right now by the Wolverines. They've made some adjustments. And I don't know if that's cookie jar by Sinsich or whether somebody moved along the Illini front. But nonetheless, Al was in the backfield. Procedure, defense.
Oh, that hurts a little bit. 3rd and 10 is a lot different in a short passing game than 3rd and 5. The 10-yard gain is
A little procedure on the defense.
the reason for that. The 10-yard gain has to go behind the linebackers. The 5-yard gain can be in front of the linebackers with a completion.
Illinois now, 3 flags, 35 yards. Michigan, 4 flags, 35 yards. 3rd and 5. A ricochet to Martin out at the 25. He threw the ball to Brewster. Drilled it. The ball ricochets off Brewster, and Martin makes the catch.
Oh, that could be a bad omen for Michigan. Those kind of plays, we remember the Texas SMU game. Easton is going to the tight end. The play that I pointed out earlier that he had intercepted when he went deep. He's waiting for Brewster to get open. The ball's thrown behind him, hits his shoulder, and the rules today, 2 eligible receivers can catch the ball after it's been tipped.
And Illinois has it first down just outside the 25. To the ground game they go. They haven't used it much recently as Beverly cuts it back a little bit, and they drop him near the 30. Well, you saw that Notre Dame was leading Pittsburgh 10-6 at halftime. Penn State winning. Next week, it's Penn State going into South Bend against the Fighting Irish, and we will have it for you here on ABC at 3:30 Eastern Time, plus other regional games. Check your local listings for the game in your area.
We'll have the lights again.
Yep. Second time. Don't forget a little Indian summer, too. Second down.
Bring the long under them.
Second down and 7. Back they go on second down to Beverly. And Beverly's up across the 35 to the 36. He's close to his first down, maybe just a tad short, as Tony Gant stepped in. Freshman out of Fremont, Ohio, made the stop for Michigan.
Herbie Wilson, the wide receiver, made an excellent block on the defensive cornerback, gave the ball carrier much more room to make the yardage.
Here comes the chain on the field. So it'll either be first down or 3rd and very short. I would guess it could be 3rd and very short. No, sir. It is a first down. So let's check in now with Jim Lempley.
At Norman, Oklahoma, the Sooners have just padded their lead over Kansas State. This Darrell Dickey pass intercepted by Keith Stanberry, who has made big plays all year long for the Sooner defense. Stanberry took it in for the touchdown that has made it 21-10 Oklahoma. Now let's go back to Keith Jackson.
Hey, Jimmy, the ball is first down, possession of Illinois, just outside their 35. Eason back, pressure coming from the outside, goes short, set up the screen for the fullback Murphy. Murphy runs it to the 49. First down at their own 49.
Good call. Screens are a vital part of any passing team. The defense get anxious to rush. You invite them. You let them come across the line after you act like you've made a decent block, and then you set up the blockers in front of a ball carrier like Mike Murphy. He cuts back and makes the first down.
Time, 7:30 to play in the game. Give that ball to Thomas Rooks. Rooks down to the 30. Penalty flag.
That will be tackled 15 yards, it looks like.
Late hit. Tom Hassel caught him from behind. Somebody got there late. Either that or the play involved Hassel. Referee is also courts. It is a clip against Illinois. A clip.
Now the question is, was it a late block after he was out of bounds, which would make it 1st and 25? Let's see if that's what he's going to do. That is critical. That is critical.
That's right.
If it's a late block, it means that the ball was dead. The chains are brought down, and that's what's happening.
Yep.
The chains are being brought down. It's going to be 1st and 25 after the 15-yard penalty. What a change.
I didn't even see the Illinois man in the sideline area, but somebody clipped because there were 3 officials there, and they jumped it.
Well, it means the play was over. Unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. What a big win this would be for Illinois. And now they're making mistakes like this. 1st and 25.
Dead ball, clip, 1st down, 25.
Up to the right of your screen. Let's see where the clip is. Here's an orange shirt man right here.
Right there.
Right there. But you know, Keith, the play is not over. That now I guess the referee didn't see it at the beginning. The play was not over. It shouldn't be 1st and 25.
Wasn't that much contact either.
No, what? But the play was definitely not over.
Ball is back on the 45. Easton with the pressure to the outside, trying to set up another screen, going this time to Riles, and Riles had no chance because Winfred Carraway was all over him.
I think they kind of smelled the screen. That's just good defensive coaching. Gary Moeller, who was the head coach here at Illinois and was replaced by Mike White, is the defensive coordinator at Michigan.
Easton now, 18 consecutive games in which he has produced over 200 yards. On 2nd down and 15. Mixed up, looks like. Now they bring that number 33 Brookins in to block, and it's no chance. Oh, look at this. He shucked him. Gets away. Gets his pass off. And it is intercepted by Burguy. It was Jerry Burguy a year ago. They wave it off. They say no.
They're waving something off.
Burguy had the ball when he came down. He's the fellow who intercepted last year on the goal line. And they wave it off and bring it back. I thought he had the ball. And that was the big turnaround play a year ago when Illinois was leading 21-7 and going in. And Michigan went on to score 63 points.
Once again, we've seen the penalty hurt the Illinois team. In the 3rd quarter, Illinois was going in for the touchdown and had a big 10-yard gain. Here it is again. Let's see what happens.
Thompson had him, and he just shucked him.
Yeah, he did, and that's the strength. Now he throws the ball off balance. Burguy, number 15. Let's see what happens. See if he can spot it. There's the ball right there. Gosh, it looks like he caught it.
Eason. Bullet. Brewster. 1st down for the Illini. They stay alive. Don't they? Not a 1st down.
Quite.
Not quite a 1st down. But Brewster over the middle at the 26.
Oh, that was a good throw. Let's go back and detect and see if we can tell. Burguy, number 15, he gets the ball. He comes in front. Does he have control of it? If he does, it's an interception all the way.
This angle, it looked like it. I wasn't there down there, and I'm not.
And the official behind the play called it an incomplete pass.
Well, here's one with a lot of chalk dust on it right here.
Oh, my goodness.
4th down and 6 at the 27 where they put it down. 4th and 6. Thompson's coming. Easton's pass is away. Throws it in the crowd.
Pass interference.
Penalty flag thrown back at the 10. I think Michigan's going to get dinged with pass interference away from the ball. Kirby Wilson was downfield. The pass was thrown to the right. Wilson was to the left, and somebody had to hold him to get a flag thrown.
Keith, the rule is away from the ball on an uncatchable pass. Well, he called it a dead ball foul. That means
Well, he pointed toward Illinois.
Oh, did he?
Made the call, yeah.
Well, dead ball foul. The penalty is tacked on, and the Michigan still gets the ball.
Well, I'm going to let Arthur Courts define this one because Wilson was jumping around down there as if he had been interfered with. The flag was thrown at least 35 yards away from the ball. The play being explained to Mike White.
All the Illinois players thought that the penalty was on Michigan.
Offensive pass interference, loss of down.
But how in the world could they call offensive pass interference 35 yards away from the ball?
Well, it couldn't be. All it could be would be illegal use of the hands and a 5-yard penalty under the new rules.
Going to 15 seconds to play in the ball game. With the ball leading 16-10, Illinois called for illegal use of hands. Offensive pass interference far away from the ball. It looks to me like the play, it's a 15-yard penalty, Frank. It's got to be almost an elbow or some kind of a blow struck down there in the secondary by the offensive player.
That's my understanding, Keith. Pass interference is not called away from the football. It's only can be thrown at the football and only if it's a catchable forward pass. Otherwise, it's illegal use of the hand, either incidental, holding, or excessive.
Right.
Excessive is 15 yards, holding is 10, and incidental is 5.
Well, it had to be excessive because it certainly was away from the ball.
Flagrant is a better word, I think. Flagrant.
Yep. Michigan with it. The home folks are howling about it. First down for the Wolverines, just short of their own 42.
Changing the play over here. No end. No defensive end lined up.
No, sir, and Ricks is loose. And finally brought down by Mark Jones. First down at the Illinois 42. So the Illini have been flagged 4 times, and 3 of the 4 penalty systems have really hurt them.
Keith, Illinois lined up without a defensive end, and Smith just checked the play over to that side, and all Ricks had to do was run if they could make a block on the cornerback, and he did, and they did.
So Michigan leading 16-10, and 6 minutes to play in a ball game. Their position looks pretty decent right now. If they win today, they need just one more win in 2 games to get that trip to Pasadena, and Ricks has just given them another first down as he runs it down to the 30. Now let's again check in with Jim.
Second quarter at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. LSU hasn't beaten Alabama since 1970, but they're off to a good start. Freshman Dalton Hilliard going in from 16 yards out at the end of a 90-yard drive. LSU leads Alabama 7-0. Now back to Keith Jackson.
A 90-yard drive against Alabama?
This freshman Hilliard is one of the great running backs that the Southeastern Conference has had in a long, long time.
I don't care if he can walk on water, Frank. 90-yard drive against Alabama in Birmingham?
Well, I agree with that. That's most unusual, but I haven't seen Hilliard either, but they say he's outstanding. As Ricks goes off, he's got bunged up a little bit. He'll be all right and right back in, I would expect.
Ricks has got 183 yards on today on 31 carries. Michigan in good shape right now with a 6-point lead and the ball and time on their side at the Illinois 30. Smith rolling it out. Now he's got no place to go except down. And they put him down at the 34. Grigas among those over there. Big number 92 to get him.
Keith, that's the fallacy of giving a quarterback a chance to change the play at the line of scrimmage when you see a man-to-man coverage. It's not always advisable to do that when you're leading by 6 points and 5 minutes to play. He ought to stay with the run, but he went to the pass and they played it and tackled him for a loss.
It'll be second down, 14 for Michigan. Illinois 34. They got Carter in motion, and he's got it. Look out, he's going to throw it if he gets Bean open. He unloads it for Bean, and the pass is deflected incomplete. Good coverage by Mark Jones. That'll bring up third down and 14 with the Prudential College scoreboard coming right after our ball game to bring you up to date on the games that are being played, have been played, and will be played.
Once again, we're seeing that the quarterback changed the play at the line of scrimmage to a pass on first down, going into the wind, seemed to backfire against the Michigan team.
Ricks is back in at tailback now for the Wolverines. As they split Heath and Dan Rice. And Smith's pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for Anthony Carter. Trapped it.
It's the advantage of the big rush. You don't cover Carter, but your quarterback cannot get the accurate pass to him. And Carter's wide open, man for man again. Tough assignment. Oh, I hate to have that job. But the ball was thrown behind him and low. Armstead was nowhere near. Incomplete.
I thought for a moment that both might be considering gambling on a field goal try.
Now, you see the defensive man come in and tap him on the head. If I was the official, I would give him a 15-yard penalty. That's inciting and unsportsmanlike conduct in my eyes, and I'm prejudiced.
No, you're not. You're right. There's Bracken's kick. And Michigan downs it. Bostic comes on downfield and catches it at the 7. So here's Illinois, 93 yards away from a big, big win on the 4-4 play in the game. The football has been put down at the 8-yard line, so Illinois is 92 yards away from the Michigan goal line. Michigan has been noticeably better in this fourth quarter. They have defensed the Illini pass patterns very effectively, and they have been able to manifest some degree of rush on Eason, and they're getting the fundamental thrust of the rush is coming really from Thompson. Robert Thompson has just been playing like a wild man here in this fourth quarter. But the question still, in my mind, Frank, is if Illinois could run off 9 plays without making some kind of a mistake, who knows what might happen.
The penalties have hurt him, Pete. There's no doubt about it. Stopped 2 drives.
Eason, they're going to run it. And they run it effectively as Thomas Rooks gets it around the corner for a first down out near the 20.
Oh, Mike Martin, the fullback. Watch the block. I love to see blocks. That's the thing. No runner can make yardage without blocks. The fullback is just drop the end on the ground, and you see the guards both pull out and tackle. Jerica pull out and lead the play in the first down as a result of good block.
Call it the 19. Eason back on first down, goes short over the middle. The pass is good to Brewster, and Brewster is caught by Mike Boren. He just got him by the shoelace as he went by. Otherwise, he had another 10, 12 yards in front of him, and it's good for another first down for Illinois out near the 31 with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the ball game.
Boren, number 40, is trying to cover the tight end man for man all over the field, and that is exactly what the offense wants. The tight end lined up on the man-for-man linebacker.
Those of you who have been watching Holy Cross Harvard, welcome to Champaign, Illinois. 4 minutes to play in the game. 16-10, Michigan leading. Illinois with the ball. Wind at their back. Trying to move it up the field. Richard Riles carrying. Penalty flag thrown. Following the play, and it was the referee that threw the flag.
It looked like his own number. Nope, I'm not going to say because both players are clapping. But
face mask. We've had a couple of calls that have been difficult for us to interpret 300 feet away, particularly just a few minutes ago, but this one goes against Michigan.
We have a 5-yard face mask call against the defense, first down.
Incidental grabbing of it, first down at the 42.
Are we just 300 feet away from the field? I feel like I'm 6 miles high.
42.
Illinois double wide to the right, flex to the left. Eason back, no pressure on him. Pass over the middle, pass is complete. Pass good to Mike Martin, and he tumbles down at the Michigan 48 with 3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the game.
Michigan rushed 3 men and gave Eason all day. And when you do that, the linebackers have no chance to cover those good receivers breaking in around them.
Illinois working with a good brisk wind at their back. Very important factor. And off goes to Curtis. Joe Curtis is inside the 40. He's down to the Michigan 38 and another first down for the Illini.
That was a tremendous run. Obviously, it had good blocking, but Curtis showed me something with quick feet cutting back against the grain and breaking into the secondary for the big run on, believe it or not, short yardage situation.
The Michigan Wolverines and the Rose Bowl, they have 2 more conference games to play. They play 1 more conference game than Iowa and Ohio State. All Michigan has to do is win 2 of those 3 games. They are undefeated in conference play. Eason back on first down to the sideline. He's got Curtis, and Curtis has got another first down for the Illini. Down at the Michigan 27.
Boy, I tell you, I'd hate to be over in Bo Schembechler's shoes right now. Playing against a passer like this will drive you crazy. Throwing those little nickel and dime passes.
Eason is only the 2nd player in NCAA history with a 2-season of 3,000 yards total offense. Jimmy McMahon being the other. He's now 3,007. He has been very productive here at Illinois. From the 28, call it. Give the ball to Curtis, and Curtis over the right side. Diving in behind Stowe and Juriga, and he gets it down near the 23.
It's amazing how the offensive line blocking picks up. You get a little momentum. You get a chance to score. You see winning becoming a distinct possibility, and your line blocking picks up, and the other team gets cautious. They get worried, and Michigan is worried right now, and they have every right to be. They're not moving with the same intensity as they did earlier.
Illinois has got to get a lineman off the field. They just make it. Hobbling off. Here's Eason rolling out. Pressure coming from the backside. He gets it off in a big hurry. He felt the pressure coming from Rose and Thompson, and it was 99. It was really coming lickety-split. And Thompson 99.
Thompson's just going to come across and contain. All he wants to do is make Eason pull up and throw the ball off balance, and that's exactly what he did. But in trying to evaluate Eason, you have to be tremendously impressed. I have not seen any young man throw the ball on short passes any better. I think Elway has a stronger arm, obviously, and maybe a little faster. But Eason rakes those short passes with any I've ever seen.
On 3rd down, they go to the run, trying for the first down, and they're going to be short of it by the better part of a yard. So here comes 4th down and 1.
And possibly a Rose Bowl at stake.
Possibly.
Boy, Michigan wants to win this ball game and beat Purdue next week, and the Ohio State game would have no bearing on the Rose Bowl. That's what they're trying to do. Bo's calling that defense over himself.
You are entitled again under a rules change to bring your entire team to sidelines if you choose to, and both coaches choose to do that on this timeout. Illinois taking the timeout. They have 2 remaining. You have 1 minute and 43 seconds to play in this football game. Illinois has the football. 4th down and a yard and a half to go at the Michigan 19. Next Saturday, Nittany Lions of Penn State and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame on many of these ABC stations. There will be other games as well. So check your local listing. We'll start it at 3:30 next Saturday afternoon all across the country.
Bo Schembechler is talking to his entire team. I don't remember. There's so much at stake. I don't remember both teams running off the field like this and talking to their coaches as a crew. A pep talk and instructions as to what to do. If they do make the first down, they've also told them, hey, we're going to play cautiously. We are not going to give them the touchdown. We can stop them. They can't run the ball over and make them throw, and then we can cover them tighter down this close to the goal line. Here comes the Illinois team back.
All right, who are the running backs?
4th down and 1 and a foot. I'm not sure that's a running down.
Beverly's in there at tailback.
Okay.
And Murphy is in at fullback. They need actually a little more than a yard.
That's what I was going to say. A passing team. Remember, they are primarily a passing team. They're not usually as effective on short. They go to their spread. They're not in their running formation, although they may run. Now he's checking, Pete. Pitch to the right. Option.
Outside Beverly. Dives for the marker. It's close.
He did not. Yep.
It's close, Rick.
He stand right on the marker.
Mike Boren came flying across and gave his all on it.
Wilson, the wide receiver of Illinois, says it's the first down. He's walking over very confident. But it's all on the spot.
A minute and 38 seconds to play in the ball game.
Holy cow.
on the Michigan side. Well, that tells you what it is, right?
First, an option play. I don't think they've run an option play all year long. Can you believe it? What guts can Mike White have? Running an option play on the biggest play of the ball game. With a quarterback who's primarily a passer. The ball carrier. Who was the ball carrier? Beverly?
Beverly, yeah.
Boy, he made a great effort for the first down. Tremendous effort.
Dove through the air. Thomas Rooks is in now. The lone remaining back. First down for the Illini. The ball is at the Michigan 17. A minute and 38 seconds to play. They give the ball to Rooks, and they've got him down at the 16.
Boy, I'm telling you, Michigan had an all-out blitz. Cornerback, safety coming, linebackers picking up the tight end man for man. As we look at the worried look on both faces of the coaches. Michigan's substitute had to go back.
Second down and 9 from the 16 of Michigan. Eason back to throw. Pass over the middle. The pass is complete to the 5. And that stops the clock as they move the chains. First and goal to go, Illinois at the Michigan 5.
Did you think the wind would make a difference, Keith Jackson?
Oh, I'll tell you, this day like this, it makes a horrendous difference. Enormous difference.
Mike Martin, the leading receiver in the country, breaking right in and getting open behind the linebacker.
Caught 64 passes this season, the best ever for an Illinois player. He's caught 8 for 82 today. First and goal at the Michigan 5. 50 seconds, 47 seconds. Eason on a roll. Puts it in the end zone. He threw it too high. He had Martin. He tried to touch it into Mike Martin, and he got it just a little high.
Very good. Keith, is a very good call. Rolling out. This is the pass they scored on the touchdown before. Look how wide open Martin is. He's behind everybody, but Eason has to throw the ball too high to be sure and get it over the linebacker, Gergash, number 50's head.
It is second down and goal to go, and 43 seconds to play in the game. Illinois with 2 timeouts remaining.
Remember, Illinois has not beaten Michigan in 15 years.
25 years here on this field. Eason coming out with it, throws, incomplete. Murphy had it on the numbers, and then he was walloped by Gergash, number 50, knocked it loose.
Watch this, fans. The ball is completed, but he has to take approximately 2 steps with the ball. Watch number 50. The difference in winning and losing. There's the receiver. He's got it. But 2 men hit him, and the ball pops out, and it's incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and goal.
There's Gergash, number 50. Not very big. 205 pounds, but a big heart.
Oliver Williams is in, number 17. Oliver is 6'4", 190, wideout. Mike Martin is the other wideout. 3rd and goal, 37 seconds to play in the game.
Got to put some rush on. You've got to put some rush down here if you're going to stop.
Pass is caught at the 2 by Tim Brewster, and Mike Boren brings him down, and Illinois calls time with 27 seconds to play. 4th and goal coming up.
I ain't coaching, but I am glad.
Oh, it's been a good one. 16-10, Michigan leading, Illinois with 1 more play. You who have just joined us from the Oklahoma-Kansas State game, it is 4th down and goal to go, Illinois at the Michigan 2-yard line with 27 seconds to play in the game. Michigan leading by 6. If Illinois can get its touchdown on this last play for them of this ball game, and obviously they will not get another play unless there is a defensive penalty. So, goodness knows what all is riding on this one, but most importantly, a potential win if the Illini can convert it. They give the ball, they're going to run it, they don't make it. I don't believe it.
I'm in a state of shock.
I don't believe it. I don't believe what I just saw.
Michigan guessed right because Michigan's in a gap 8. And when Illinois came out in 2 tight ends, or tight end and wing back, they guessed right and they went up and penetrated in their regular goal line defense.
never in the world thought they would go away from the passing game on the fourth down. Well, the element of surprise.
Look, it's a running formation, Keith. They're not in their regular spread formation, which they might have been in. They're in a running formation. Look at the white shirt. There was no chance.
None.
Michigan is too good on the goal line. They're not a running team. Can't score very often from there. On fourth down, I guarantee you they can't.
Well, the ball game is over as far as the Illini are concerned. All the Wolverines have to do is take a snap and run out the clock.
Let's look at the two coaches' reaction after that last play. Mike White on the right of Illinois and Bo Schembechler, and that tells the story right there. Bo Schembechler won 82% of his games.
Oh, he started grinning when he saw the Illini come out in a running formation.
You saw it, Keith. I didn't say that. I don't blame you.
All right, the most valuable players of the ball game for Illinois. Tony Eason, 28 of 47 for 271 yards and a touchdown. Lawrence Ricks for Michigan, 31 carries, 183 yards. The respective universities will receive from Chevrolet $1,000 for their general scholarship funds in the names of those players. Lawrence Ricks of Michigan and Tony Eason of Illinois. Well,
strange ending to what was a great ball game. I know that Mike White will second-guess himself for, well, I guess he'll dream about that. I've had a few of those I still dream about. And
Illinois had called timeout to kill the clock with 18 seconds to go. They have no more remaining, and so this will be the final snap of the ball game, and Steve Smith will take it and just sit down with it, and the game's over. So they will wind it down. Well, it could have gone down as one of the big wins for the Illini, but they just simply could not do it against the Michigan goal line defense on 4th and goal from the 2. And Michigan has defeated Illinois 16-10. Now all Michigan has to do is to beat Purdue next week, and the Wolverines are going back to Pasadena. And the potential solid scoreboard coming up right after we get off the air here at Champaign, Illinois. And so this huge crowd of more than 75,000, an all-time record crowd, watching this ball game today, had that moment of a great victorious party suddenly whisked away by a stubborn Michigan defense down on their 2-yard line. Again, the final, Michigan 16 and Illinois 10.
At Avis, we have a brand new track for you.